Welcome back to House TV Live. I'm Rick Spence, and joining me today is Jenny and Matt Sneller from Sneller Custom Homes in Spring, Texas. Now, Matt and Jenny, I haven't seen you guys since IBS 2015. How are things going out there?
Yeah, projects are still rolling in. I think the size of projects is going to shift a little bit over the next year or so, but overall, good.
Well, thanks for inviting us into your home. Can't wait to see a couple of the spaces you guys did. Top of mind right now for a lot of people is how do I make multi-use of a space, right?
Absolutely.
If you're in a home, you're locked down, you're either looking to maybe isolate from your children or your roommate or whoever to maybe work from home a little bit. You guys are going to share with us two multi-use spaces. One's your office, and then one I understand is sort of a kids' room, playroom, game room kind of thing. Which one do you want to start with?
Let's start with the game room.
Yeah, let's do it.
So we live in a 1974 ranch style. It was a single story home when we bought it. And we've basically over the years slowly remodeled every single part kind of in different phases. I think we realized this last one we did was number 7 or 8 in remodels. So
We can't stop.
yeah,
Of
about
the ones of your own personal remodels that you're living in. All right, it's a good way to practice, right?
exactly. Yeah. If I can keep Jenny happy, then I can probably keep pretty much any homeowner happy. So
There you go.
so we, because it's a single story, all we had was a big family room space for us as a family and for our 3 kids. And so we kind of realized, hey, it'd be great to have a big game room place that we can just send the kids
Right.
upstairs. And because of the size of our lot and everything, we had to go vertical with it. And so we decided, hey, let's build up over the garage and guest suite. And we ended up adding close to 1,000 square feet up here.
When you first did the addition on top of the garage, was it like, okay, it's going to be multi-use space, or was it going to be, okay, place for the kids to get away, an office? Was it strategic the way you did it initially?
Yeah, even from the very beginning, we were thinking this has to serve a whole lot of functions for us. We didn't want to be locked into one thing. So we knew from the beginning this is going to be used for kids' sleepovers, for play area, for entertaining both kids and adults. It may be used for workout space. So one of many things that we kind of thought through was, we can't do a pool table because it just takes up too much room. So if we do a ping pong table, we can fold it up. We'll make a little divot in the wall and be able to slide it out of the way. So we were thinking about those things even from the beginning, and I was doing idea books on house of every single feature I liked. And then we just tried to see how many things can we incorporate into this one room. And then now during quarantine, we've added a rowing machine and a home office, and it's become a lot of space, a lot of things. But we're just glad that we had that forethought at the beginning so that we can use it for really anything.
Tell me about your choices and what you were going for design-wise with the space.
Yeah, so we work with a lot of great interior designers on all of our projects, and we worked with Sarah Herndon from Herndon Design Group on this one specifically, and she helped us tremendously with the selections.
And we wanted it to feel a little bit industrial up here, with the exposed beams and the brick, and we did a lot of like clean lines. So we wanted it to have a kind of that different feel than maybe downstairs is a little bit cozier and up here it's a little bit more industrial.
Tell me more about the bar. So are there 2 bars? Am I seeing 2 bars in this?
Right behind us right here is a sink and kind of technically a wet bar, but it's basically just a bunch of built-in cabinetry on one side. It's got drawers for all of the kids' DVDs and then games up above that. And then we've also got the live edge kind of bar top. It's a floating live edge up against the other wall over here.
So what would be some advice you would give to someone who wants to tackle sort of a multi-use space? What are the key components of creating a multi-use space in a family situation?
I think the main thing is not locking yourself into one thing. So if you're going to build a media room, build it in such a way that if you decided in a year that you don't want a media room anymore, you're not going to have to tear the whole room apart. You may have to just replace furniture and kind of reorganize the space. But the things that are hard to move, I would say try to be as flexible with those as you can. In this space, we could move things around however we wanted to. without costing ourselves a lot of money, because the things that can't be changed are very versatile. So, and then the other thing I think is just trying to foresee what you might possibly want to use it for. And everybody knows House has all the pictures you could ever want. And so doing a bunch of searches and trying to find what are other people doing, what are cool things that we can incorporate into this space that could serve different purposes.
Just list everything out, and then once you find a pro that's a good good match for you, they can help you kind of decide, hey, you've got 10 things that you want this room to be. We can make 8 of them happen pretty easily, all in the same space. The other 2 are probably going to be a little too tricky, but we can get 8 out of 10. That's pretty awesome if you can do that.
Yeah, what are we going to actually do here? I know a lot of people who are happy they have treadmills right now, but I also know there's a lot of rooms that were made for dedicated treadmills that never got a lot of use, right? With the TV hanging in front of the treadmill, right? So I really love that advice about keeping it versatile and really thinking about that. That's great advice. Did you have to do separate heating and cooling, I imagine? And how did you think about that? Because you get enough people up there, the air is real. You got to have some serious circulation, and it's elevated, right? So it probably gets a little hotter. You're in Texas. How do you keep that cool?
Yeah, so we knew our HVAC system was maxed out on the main house. You can't go any bigger on a residential system, and so what we ended up doing was a mini split system up here. So we've got the condenser outside, and then we've got the cassette here. It's actually kind of up above the brick wall on the wall up there, and it works great. I mean, it's a remote control unit to where we kind of keep it at 75, 76 at all times, and then if we come up here and we know we're going to be working out or playing ping pong, something that we're going to get kind of sweaty, we just crank it down to 68 or 70, and you can push like a powerful setting on it to where it'll go kind of full blast for a few minutes. So that's worked out really, really well.
So another space you have is the office where I love the little book nook thing. Tell me about this space. That is so cool. Now you built that out? That the house didn't come like that.
The house didn't come with that. So that was actually a part of the same addition that we did the upstairs. That used to be just a patio area. And for years and years, we talked about doing the upstairs space, and we could never figure out how to do the staircase. We're like, there's just not a good place for it. And finally we realized, well, wait, if we take in that patio, a portion of it could be the staircase, and then the rest of it could be, at that time, we didn't even know. We're like, the rest of it can just be a room, whatever we want it to be, a sunroom, whatever. And then as we drew up plans and as it started to evolve, it was like, hey, that could be a nice space for Jenny to have an office, because she, on a normal basis, non-quarantine COVID, she works from home a lot more than I do.
That little book nook has been like in my dreams for years. We had built a couple for customers over the years, and every time we built one, I was like, why can't we do one in our house? There just wasn't a space, because you really do have to have a little cavity in the wall to put it in. And so as soon as those stairs were going in, I was like, this is it. This is our chance. So we built that little book nook and put in a bunch of book storage, and that the mattress, I think Sarah, our designer, kind of helped us walk through what that would look like, because doing custom cushions and all those things can be super expensive. So we just did a twin mattress and had a cover made for that, and some cool lighting in there. And I mean, that space gets used so much. If there's always kids in there reading, doing homework. Some of us like to take Sunday afternoon naps.
Yeah. That's the hideaway. That's the hideaway nap spot right there.
Awesome.
Exactly.
Nothing better. That's that really awesome space. What else did you do there? Anything else special in that room that you did in terms of setting it up for an office?
We put a lot of thought into the finishes in there, just because it was kind of thought through to be my office. And so we wanted to do some kind of dynamic wallpaper that would be noticeable and a little bit more feminine. The light fixtures obviously are a little bit more bling than the rest of our house. Mm-hmm. And then we did the shiplap on the walls. I think storage again is big, kind of like in the game room. We're always thinking about storage. So we wanted deep drawers, and we wanted them to kind of be hidden. So those big drawers they blend into the shiplap. They're just flush with the wall. So the only thing you can really see is kind of the gold hardware, sticking out. But there's a ton of storage in there. It can be used for files, or in our case, it turned into kind of dog storage when we got a dog. So
Yeah, when that space was designed, we did not have a dog, and so once we did get a puppy, it was like, okay, where are we going to keep the kennel?
And he's happy in there,
He is,
right?
yeah.
I see him laying in there. Look at, he's totally happy. He's digging
Exactly. Jenny used to complain that, oh, the dog stole my office, but she kind of likes having him in there now.
He's my buddy.
2 great, amazing rooms, guys. I really love it. Hope to see more of the space. And
Absolutely.
come visit in Texas and do a story on one of your homes. By the way, I wanted to ask you about your experience with, you did like a multi-use dance space for Mario Lopez's sister.
That's right.
Right?
Yeah.
Tell me, what was that experience like?
So we've always dreamed of doing kind of a remodel project where there's the big reveal at the end and the client hasn't really seen the project throughout. And so, because most of our projects, they're huge and the clients are there, you know, on a daily basis, weekly basis, whatever it is. And so that was really fun to be able to surprise them with that. In the video, watching them my house and seeing them come around the corner and come up the staircase, and the kids are just jumping all over the place and freaking out. So it was a lot of fun.
We got to see all the dance moves. Were you dancing?
Exactly.
I didn't see your dance moves.
Yeah, we didn't want to break the camera, you know.
You want to break the dance moves? Jenny, how's his dance moves? What's it like? All right, we won't go down that road yet.
On camera.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, that's congratulations on that. I think that was a really nice project. Made that family really happy. Well, thank you, Matt and Jenny. Really appreciate you taking the time. I know things are busy and crazy right now, and there's just a lot going on. And really enjoyed seeing your home, and look forward to seeing some future projects.
Absolutely,
Awesome.
It was our pleasure. Thanks so much for joining us. And next time you're in Texas, come to Houston, and you've got a place to stay, man.
You got it. All right. See you guys. Take care.
All right. Thanks.
Bye-bye.